How the peach just did this guy get up there? His trades are useless. Oh, the penalty is death. Yes, so the guy that joined last episode left. Looks like it's just me and the Chinese spy. It was the fact that I executed him for having dirt in his chest. No, but seriously, I gave him iron gear to start off with, giving mending for his trident. I was planning to give him a Fortune 3 mending diamond pickaxe and he just left despite the fairly decent treatment. I know I executed him a few times off camera, but still, for a communist dictatorship, it doesn't get any better than this. I was kinda hoping he would help me in building some farms, but that's not the worst part. You see, if someone left normally, claimed their own lands, built their own house, I 100% would not mind. However, Ernie moved to the land of the free. He moved to live with Lukashenko. The same guy that burned my flag for no reason. Yeah, him. This is just straight up treason, and I won't forget this. Let's go to Philip's house, we gotta drop off some... Oh, by the way, funny story. So, your boy went AFK after fiddling around with his infinite lava source. You know what happened next? His house burned down. Hilarious, I know. But anyway, we need to get some sponges, and it just so happens I know where multiple water temples are. I'm gonna be honest, I never actually attacked one of these. We rush in through the door and start looking for the Elder Guardian. We find him in one of the big chambers. Let the fight montage speak for itself. And he's dead. Good, we have a SpongeBob. Wait, there's another one? I thought there was only one per liquid church. Bro, there's actually a third one. Oh well, more sponges for me. After killing the last Elder Guardian and waiting for his effect to wear off cause I'm too stupid to think about bringing some milk, we finally get around to looting the riches of the water mosque. The gold is next worthless cause I live in the Badlands, but stuff like prismarine and sea lanterns, those are cool and I want some. Also, these new chest boats are actually sick, it's like a poor man's shulker box. But for now, I think it's finally time to show off the Iron Curtain, which is a wall. There are multiple layers of defense. First, there's a line of berry shrubs that are super annoying. There's also a second line, cause I love being obnoxious. Between the first and second line there will be space for water, cause let's be honest, it does not get more annoying than this. Well, it does actually, but that will be too much effort. Behind the second berry line there will be lava, but I need to find dripstone because filling this in without an infinite lava source is going to be a nightmare. And then there is of course the Iron Curtain with its cobwebs. This project will be a long one, so I will update you when it's finished. If you watched the last episode, which you did not because nobody watches this shit, you will know that I promised to show off the inner decorations of the house. Let's get to it then. First we got the kitchen. It's okay, I guess. Apparently in the common lands people eat raw wheat and sheep feces. I just added a few paintings and bookshelves around the house to flex on the villagers who have to live in a 3x3 stone prison. And then there's the bedroom, which probably has the best decoration, because half of the decorations are cats, but I don't see anyone complaining. They constantly spawn in my house, it was gonna happen eventually. In the living room we have more guard dogs, a blue parrot to look at when the jukebox is on, and some random decor like this shelf. I guess it's now time for the vodka shop. The front is terrible, I know. I'm not fixing it though. So, we have two products in stock. We got glorious Slavic 99% alcohol vodka. It's a light drink in this fine establishment. And then there's borscht with the same vodka. I'm not telling you the effect it gives, but let's be honest, you already know. The top floor consists of a bunch of stairs and stuff, so you can suffer from liver failure while enjoying glorious stone chair. And then there is the top, nothing at the top. The best part is, if you live in the Union of Slavic Socialist Republics, all products are free of charge. That's right, vodka is free, but the food isn't. So, once upon a time I had an idea. It's usually a bad sign, and it is in this case. See, I was wondering if I should build an aquarium for the 7 axolotls I just so happy to have trapped inside of a chest. And then I thought, underwater aquarium. Is it difficult to build? Future me speaking, yes, it is. Is it a good way to spend your time? No, but I did it anyway. Montage in 3, 2, 1. That's what I wanted the sponges for. But let's take a break. There's a village I know of that I want to exterminate. And so we meet up with Philip and go. All in all, we have killed 4 villagers and many chickens. Don't forget, comrades, the war against chickens never ends. I should really get some foxes one day. But anyway, since we are still on bloodlust mode, me and Philip decide to go after one of the ocean temples cause he wants some sponges too. I get inside with a head start cause Philip has to go downstairs and pray with his family. Yo, imagine having to pray to a god. And then he gets in on it as well. Once we murder the elders, that came out a little wrong, we then pillage the place. Many sponges and gold blocks later, we achieve success. Great success. Let's do some spying since Lukashenko is also online. We grab our very useful tool and head to his gaff. Huh, I wonder why he built it so high up. Which basically sums up to castrate me if he finds me here. We managed to avoid being detected outright. He did catch a glimpse of someone, but he didn't know who it was. We live to spy another day. Alright, so we did that time lapse, but silly me didn't show you what I built. So I created this pathway out of amethyst, not finished yet by the way, that's connected to this 3x3 redstone door. 3x3 redstone door is sick. And yes, I'm planning to cover up all the guts of it once I get enough iron. Now, the fun stuff. I'm gonna replace this sand with amethyst too, and check this out. You got the coral reef on both sides with fish swimming and squids too. I love squids, they piss themselves when I hit them. And this is where the main chamber along with the aquarium. Maybe I'll make more chambers if I'm bothered. Floors made from calcium and prismarine. You got these access points if you wanna swim outside, which is beautiful. I even added these pillars on the underside so it's not just a levitating junky tube thing. In this aquarium I'm gonna slap some corals and then place the axolotls I have. I'm also thinking about somehow adding more animals, but I have no idea how yet. I also made this automatic melon farm which, future me speaking, is absolutely garbage. Oh, will you look at that, Philip made his own flag. It looks like Lukashenko's flag, but a cow shat all over it and then this dog pissed all over it. I like it more than the original. And would you look at that, thanks for inviting me to the Ender Dragon killing party guys. I know you're watching this. I never actually killed the Ender Dragon, you know. I'm more of a build cool stuff type of guy, not the gotta sweat at the game one. They both got elytras too, and I don't. Not sure where they get enough paper and gunpowder to make it worthwhile though. Alright, it's story time. You see, not everything that happens on the server makes it into the video. I know, how cool I. Anyway, so, I created this communist dictatorship for the shits and giggles, and I declared war on chickens because I wanted to. There's no actual reason to kill the over at Lukashenko's old base he had, well, still has actually, a basement full of chickens cowering away from their inevitable death. So I created this little spying nest. As you can see, Lukashenko found it eventually. It had a chest with a spyglass inside. You know, a satellite image of the area and stuff. Look at that, a communist set up a spying den. It's a little harmless mischief to get a few cheap laughs out of it. Now, your boy has been pissing me off a little with his behavior. Ever since the start he's been stealing shit from me in insignificant amounts, but still. It started with a little paper and fast forward some weeks later, all my flag banners from the chest are now gone. Now, I thought we were gonna all abide by the simple to follow gentleman rules, but not the crackhead apparent. Remember the time he did the place the flag over flame thing? Yeah, I showed it to you once, but in reality, he did that 3 times. After I finally had enough, I sent him some fines for trespassing and, more importantly, for the blatant grabbing stuff from my chest and into his inventory without permission part. He said he's not gonna pay the fines, cause he broke probably, which basically meant he became a wanted criminal and that I had every right to kill him once should he appear on my land. And he knew it cause I literally told him. Now, at the start of the video I told you about how Ernie essentially defected. Apparently the chicken lover offered him a village and even declined my offer of 2 villages that don't even have so much as a wall and a proper lighting. Like, I could really use someone who would give me a hand. Now, moments ago, before I started recording, he came into my house, replaced every single USSR flag with his and gave me this. Now, let's analyze this situation. Some dude who already has a death sentence comes over to my house in diamond gear, which is a violation of the Blue Institution, pulls a warrant out of his ass, which he has no right to do in the desert that's 3000 blocks away from home, wants to use that warrant against me on my land. See how stupid that already sounds? So, quick analysis. He comes in acting like he owns the place, gives me a piece of essentially worthless paper and expects me to adhere to it. Now that's a second death sentence. If I really wanted to, that would be 3 for the diamond armor. And now the last factor, which is the fact that he removed all my flags and placed his own flags in their place. Any sane human being would by this time realize this is basically an invasion. Now that's 4 death sentences and a bonus of, at minimum, very high tensions, and at worst, actual war. I do what every person getting the Ukraine treatment would: start preparing for battle. Now, let me just say, I am not at all prepared for war. The best armor I got is a set I bought from a villager after scraping some emeralds together. I yeet the word into the trash bin cause that's where it belongs. I brew potions, grab TNT and obsidian. I get a new shield cause my old one is almost dead. In other words, I mobilize it the best I can. I grab some paper and put a message on it. We grab his flag and now it's time to send the message. After waiting like half an hour for him, he finally appears. I throw him the paper and yeet the flag into the fire, destroying the item. And as you can see from the footage, he basically loses his marbles. He chases after me and I place some obsidian to buy me some time. He's got an elytra, so he obviously has the speed advantage. As I run back home, a magma cube blocks the way and pushes me into a lava hole. I narrowly escape death. As I look up, I see him flying above me, fortunately not noticing me down here. Once I get back to the portal, I notice a discrepancy. I'm the one who placed the obsidian to buy me even more time, but obviously somebody's been here. And so I prepare myself for the worst before I enter. Once in the overworld, the battle begins. He tries sniping at me from the rooftop. As I dash about, I throw a potion of strength. I run inside the player flat and get to the rooftop. I catch him in the act of bridging cross, but I intercept him. I throw a potion of weakness at him, but unfortunately I affect myself too. His sword knocks me off the roof and I dash for cover before he can get a shot on me. I flank around and try to re-enter the fight on the roof, but unsurprisingly he gets there first and suppresses my attempt to get out. I eventually do get up top, but his sweaty ass has a bow that eats me down again. It was at this point I realized I am at a great disadvantage. The ease at which he knocks me off, as well as the fact he has thorns on his gear, it's obvious he's better equipped. I try returning fire from the low ground, but it's obvious that that's not gonna work. I go back to the nether and block off the exit. It's time to re-evaluate our strategy. I reorganized my inventory accordingly, and away we go. I catch him trying to block off the portal, but fortunately I interrupted his work. I again throw a potion of weakness and again get myself too. I dash to the desert, luring him in as well. He runs away to put a chestplate on him, which I thought was a trap, but looking back realized it was a great chance to catch him off with his pants down. Oh well, better safe than sorry. He returns with a bang and yeets me across the tiny wall. He attempts to shoot me down, but fortunately I got cover. He falls down to the other side and I used this opportunity to get away from there. I was confident I would be able to defeat him due to his superior gear, along with the fact I never did PvP before. The fact how he casually decided to fight me also led me to believe chances are I'm not gonna kill him, since only experienced players will decide to just randomly attack a player with inferior weapons, armor and training. He tries shooting me in the water, which doesn't work, just as I suspected. At this point my aim is to not necessarily kill him, but not die. Losing my items will be a big blow, as I don't have any spares and getting them back will take a long while. A long while that will be his occupation, as he will basically be able to dictate everything about matters going on within my lands. There will be nothing stopping him, as I will be unable to offer any resistance. So long as I live to get my hands on better gear and a strategy to fight another day, I would win. I know my friend enough to know his attention span will make a goldfish look like a staring contest world champion, so my aim is to bore him until he gives up. Staying in the water far enough for him to be unable to touch me, but at the same time be able to re-emerge at any moment to threaten him. He built this little dirt platform on top of my underwater aquarium, but then left. I shorten it and stand on top of it, menacingly. After essentially entering a staring competition with his occasional miserable attempt to hit me with an arrow, I hatch a plan. I dive in and try going around and behind him. The plan works brilliantly. I place some TNT, which may have made someone's underwear. Now he is in the water, something he probably doesn't like. I eat a poison at him. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but at this point he was on half a heart. If I placed 2 blocks of TNT instead of 1, or hit him with my sword even once, it could have been over by this point. But that did not happen. What did happen is, even though I didn't know this certain detail, I definitely regained my confidence. He was fighting in unfamiliar terrain. It's obvious he very much prefers to fight on land, and water isn't his strong side. He tried barricading himself away from me and regained some health, but I kept the pressure on. A drought even helped me fight him. This was the second time he was very close to death, but the knockback on his sword sure is annoying. The fact he was acting more defensively while I attacked made my fairly good confidence even better. I attack from below the surface as he retreats further into the ocean and unable to get back on his beloved firm ground. If only I had a respiration on this stupid villager helmet, I'll be the one with the advantage over his opponent. I noticed a second round and attempt a pincer movement with the mob. Unfortunately, now it was him with his back to the shore and he took that opportunity. I tried intercepting him and forcing him back into the water. I tried to blow him up and burn him, all of which failed. He does force me back into the water, but I don't mind at all. Now I have a different idea. You see, Philip is a neutral party in this conflict. If I were to enter his lands, I should be safe from the dehydrated junkie. Now obviously, he's not one to follow rules, official or not, so chances of him attacking me there are just as high as anywhere else. I entered the nether and blocked off the portal. If Lukashenko decided to attack me in the Farlands, as Philip calls them, it would force him to side with me, and Philip's gear is on par if not better than his, meaning chances of winning would be higher. He does not, however, chase after me. The battle is over. His aim was to kill me, in which he failed. My aim was to survive, which I achieved. By definition, the battle is won despite so many advantages my friend had over me. Once he hears this, he's obviously gonna boast about his dual energies because he's more capable in combat. Truth is, I read The Art of War multiple times, so I can say I'm more qualified about this topic than he is. This battle is over, but the indecisive result means only one thing. The war has just begun. By the time you're watching this video, I have already enacted emergency war measures, i.e. hid all valuables, prepared emergency seas should he decide to grieve, the whole shebang. Until then, subscribe to Life of Boris and poszło na chuj.